What's up, self-healers? Lisa Lightfeather here. Welcome to my channel, Closing the Gap. We make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at on your healing and your spiritual journey. Before I get started on today's topic, I want to emphasize that this is an LGBTQAI friendly channel. I don't care what your religion is, what your demographics are, what your sexual orientation is. But today's topic is based on the topic of the down low narcissist. Now, in the so-called African American community, down low is referred to as a man who is really gay, but he hides it. In other communities, it might be, they might use the term in the closet, right? Or there may be other terms out there that I'm not familiar with. So, sis, if your man is a narcissist, it's highly likely that he is down low or in the closet. Today, I wanted to share with you some of the things that I've learned through my own personal journey as far as down low men are concerned and how you can spot them, right? And before I get started, I want to give a shout out to a young man called the DL Whisperer. And so if you've experienced this or you think you've experienced this, go follow the DL Whisperer. He gives you all the tea on it, honey. He is an in the open gay man who has dealt with DL men for his entire life. And so he has all the scoops. Go over there, DL Whisperer, shout out to him. So the reason that the narcissistic man marries women or dates women is because he's using the women as a cover. Yeah. Now, granted, not all narcissistic men identify as gay. As a matter of fact, a lot of them will say they're not, even though they are engaging in the activity. A lot of them, they don't really have a sexual orientation, period. They're just confusing. They're just after the energy. And remember, they love the vulnerable populations. And up until here recently, the LGBTQAI population has been very vulnerable, right? They still are a vulnerable population. They still have people come against them, but they're finally being able to free up, right? But the DL man doesn't care about that. Not the DL man, the narcissistic man doesn't care about that. What he's doing is he is keeping his mask, his persona. And so what he's doing, he's trying to live a life of what's considered normal in society. So that would be a pretty wife and kids and his job and all that. The whole time he's behind the scenes sleeping with men, right? Excuse me, my allergies. I've been out there in the garden. They're just acting up right now. Anyway, so the woman and the children, they will marry them. They will go through the extent of marrying them because remember, the narcissist will go through real deep extremes to keep their mask, to keep their persona, right? And so they want to try to look as normal as possible. And so they have this family, right? Sometimes narcissistic men will just sleep with anything, excuse my language, anything with a heartbeat in a hole, right? And so they don't really identify as gay. They're just nasty like that. The energy anywhere they can get it. So they marry this woman. They have children with her. They're going through the whole charades of being a normal person. And the whole time they're out and about. Now, I can always spot a DL man when he's out with the woman, okay? And if you look back into your relationships, you may have seen some of these signs as well. And so they don't really like women. They don't really like them, right? And so they'll do stuff like be overly manly, overly masculine, controlling the woman, and woman, shut up, and I don't want to handle no woman, and a woman this and a woman that, especially my generation. Them old bats is just, ugh. But anyways, they try to control the household. They try to control the woman. They try to control the children, or they'll just ignore the children completely, right? Only if the children are giving them energy. But they're overly masculine. You know, they might be into some aggressive sports and stuff like that. They might just be really competitive, and any little thing that's said, they want to be competitive about it. But they're really passive aggressive with women. They don't really like women, right? So what they'll do, like when you're first dating one of these characters, is that what they'll do is they will dress up. Like if y'all go out somewhere, they'll dress up with you. They'll like match You know, they might match. If you wear a blue dress, they might wear a blue tie, or they might wear a blue whatever, a blue shirt or whatever. You know, and at first it's like, oh, that is so cute. I mean, I love that he just, you know, he can dress, he got the vibe and blah, blah, blah. Well, it doesn't take long before this starts becoming a competition. He's competing with you, sis. He's not dressing to match you. He's competing with you. Because deep down inside, he wants to be you, or he wants to say that he is just as fine as you. And so you'll start picking up on the energy of him competing with you when you start going out. You're like, what is really going on, right? He'll start doing stuff like criticizing you, criticizing your hair, criticizing your weight. Why you do your hair like that? Why you got them baby hairs out in that wig? Why you line your lips like that with that black lip liner? Or why do you wear that bra, that push-up bra? I mean, any little thing that you may do to bring out your beauty by wearing makeup or wearing certain clothes or something like that, he'll have something to say about it. Right? Very passive aggressive. And so it doesn't feel like a man that you're with that says, babe, I don't want you to wear that out. That's a little too revealing. You know, you wear that out, I'm going to have to fight. And so, yeah, don't wear that out. Right? It's not that. It's more like, I see you got that push-up bra on again, or I see you wearing that makeup again, or them baby hairs is adult hairs. Those ain't baby hairs. Real catty, honey. They catty, okay? They got more catty than you. So they could be very overly masculine, right? Another thing they are, the whole time they're catting with you, they're extremely homophobic. Them gay people, them this, that, they always got something to say about the LGBTQAI community. They got something to say, and it's always something really bad. They're really aggressive with it, right? And so they pretend like they don't like them. Now, if you're dating a DL man, they might do something like this, like, hey, you know, I know we're going out to eat lunch. Can my boy come? And you're like, sure, because, you know, you get to meet their friends. It's another narcissistic tactic, right? But you get to meet their friends, and they're love bombing you, and then their boy comes with them. And if you pay attention, when he's talking to you, his face is blank. He might even cut his eyes at you or be like, you know, these facial expressions. But when he's talking to his boy, his face lights up. He's smiling and, yeah, dapping him up. And they really love, you'll see they really love the approval of other men. Like if you watch them around their boys, they love the approval of other men. Yeah. And they'll perform for them. So they don't really care what women think. They're actually annoyed by women. You may find, sis, that he's on websites like Grindr. Grindr is a website where people of the same sex meet up and they have their sexual encounters. He might do stuff like go to the park a lot, right? Like that might be his place to work out at or something like that. Well, they have something that's called cruising, right? I see it all the time when I go out there and I work out. These men will just sit out at the park with like a bottle of water or something. And odd times of the day. You're like, what's this nigga doing out here? You know, just sitting there at the table. You know, he ain't got a job. No, he's out there doing something called cruising. And what they do is they'll sit out there and try to attract other men who might be interested in sexual encounters. So they're willing to go above and beyond to get this energy from the opposite sex, right? He might do stuff like, if you're married to him, he might want anal sex all the time. You know, and you know, if you're from my age group, it's like, you know, what your mama used to tell you, your grandma used to tell you, what you won't do, another woman will. Yeah. I'm so glad this new generation that's coming up after us is awake and they see through this mess. But if you've been through this and you didn't know what was going on, I'm here to assist you on that, sis. You have been what they refer to as his beard. Another thing that they do is that they literally hate their mothers. Like they don't like their mothers. They might even call their mother out of their name or be like, don't call them by their first name or not even refer to their mothers because they don't really like their mothers. They don't really like women. Yeah. So like I said, some of them are are just sexually fluid. They don't really identify as being gay, but they will just be with anything with the heartbeat, anything with energy. They will be with that man, woman, and I won't go into other things that they might be. But they might be addicted to things like prostitution. You might find out later that they've been addicted to prostitution and things of that sort. I remember when I was married and I was ready to have a baby, I literally had to tell this guy, look, guy, I can't do this. I can't get pregnant that way. Like, I had to remind him that that's not how you get pregnant. He's such, I'm telling you. And you just have, you see these signs that they prefer anal over any other type of thing. And it's like, yeah. Listen, sis, you just might be his beard. When they're going on a date, right? And they bring their friend with them, what they're doing is they're showing their friend, this is the money I'm about to bring in, or this is, you know what I mean? Because they might be taking that woman out on a date and they bring their lover with them and basically letting their lover know that she don't mean nothing to me. You mean everything to me. And I would rather be with you, but we got to get this money or we got to get whatever. I see it when I'm out all the time. I'll just watch the energy of other couples. And I see that energy all the time. Be young dudes too. Excuse me. So they will go out and seek this energy from anywhere that they possibly can. Now, they're masculine. They dress masculine. If they come from my generation, they're very dapper, suits, ties. Baby, I got a young man across the street from me who is gay. Honey, I see them men in my age group come over there all the time. Wedding bands, Cadillacs, they pull up. Baby, let me tell you something. A lot of these husbands is out here, okay? And let's not mention what the statistics say about the AIDS population and how it's predominantly in the black and brown populations. It's in the white populations too, but the highest numbers are in the black populations. Yeah. So at the end of the day, these narcissistic men will be with anything or anybody. And a lot of them are low-key gay. I have nothing against gay people, but I believe that everyone has the right to choose with whom they are interacting with sexually. And they shouldn't be deceived by someone who is out sleeping with men, then coming home sleeping with them and kissing their children goodnight. Kissing their children goodnight with the same mouth they just gave sloppy toppy with. So I'm just coming on today, sis, to let you know that if you are with a narcissistic man, you might want to check his phone. Grindr, they be meeting up on Facebook, they be meeting up on IG, any type of social media they meet up on. Yeah? Get you one of them apps that, I don't know how you could tell, but I don't know how interested you are in digging in there. But I guarantee you that he's on one of them apps where they meet up. And these men just meet up. They don't even know each other. They just meet up at the park or something. Like I said, there's something called cruising at the park where they sit there and send out signals. I've literally seen one take a water bottle like this and just trying to get the man's attention who was fishing. The man was fishing. He wasn't paying no attention to him. But this old boy was fishing too, trying to get his attention. And it was a good looking black man too. I was like, God dang, they out here like that? Yes, ma'am, they are out there like that. And you, my beautiful queen, you're sitting at home cooking and cleaning. And what another woman won't do, you will do. Whole time, you're nothing but a beard. A beard covering up their mask. Don't forget to follow the DL Whisperer. He's something to see, honey, and he pours the tea, right? Thank you for tuning into my channel, Closing the Gap, where we make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at on your spiritual, and I emphasize healing journey. I know this sounded messy, but it's really in regards to your healing so that you know what you've been through or what you're currently going through. Take your time in investigating. Don't jump to no conclusions because my experience may be different from your experience, but I tell you, there's a thing out there called a beard, and it's in the form of a woman who masks a homosexual narcissist so that he can do his thing without being discovered. Thank you for tuning into my channel, Closing the Gap. We make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at on your healing and your spiritual journey. If you like my content, don't forget to like and subscribe and drop a comment. Maybe let me know if you've experienced this. If you're really feeling my vibe, hit that bell notification so that you know the next time that I upload. We'll see you next time.